What we're looking at here is a failed LED integrated security motion sensing unit. It's portable, so it comes with a cord that you just plug into a nearby outlet, but it failed prior to the warranty, but the warranty really wasn't worth it, so I'm just scrapping it for parts. But thanks to the Home Depot Seeds program, we have a chance to try out the Defiant motion activated security light. Now this one's meant to be wired directly into your house system as opposed to being plugged in. But let's take a look at some of its features and why it's a bit different than the unit it's replacing. The kit includes instruction manual, a quick start guide, hardware with extra fasteners, a miniature screwdriver, a backplane which is unique to this system, whereas mostly you take this part and you would mount this to your junction box. This has an interface that you mount to the junction box, and then this literally just snaps in and makes the connections for you. So it's a different approach which I'm looking to trying out. The other unique thing about this mounting system is that it needs no adjustment tools. As you hear, if you want to re-aim the light, you just turn and it ratchets in place. Same thing if you want to do your tilt. And even the motion sensor does not require a screwdriver or an adjustment ring. Other fixtures rely on a system where you manually have to loosen a screw and then turn and tighten down the screw to your new position, which makes it kind of inconvenient. The advantage of using this type of fixture is that instead of mounting this to the junction box and trying to wire it in with all this hanging free in space, all you have to do is wire this disc to your junction box, and then it just mates with this unit. You use one screw that's included, that goes in that black hole there, and then you're done with mounting. There's no additional wiring. So all your hard wiring, ground, line, and neutral are connected on this plate without this getting in the way. All the controls are on the underside of the motion sensor. They include a test mode, which activates the motion sensor and automatically turns on the light when detecting any motion. For operation, you would set it either to 1 minute that the light will remain illuminated, 5 or 20 after it senses motion. Then below that, we have the ability to set the sensitivity of this motion detector. Low enables about 110 degrees of motion sensing, medium about 120, and finally on high, 180 degrees of motion detection. Range from the motion sensor is up to 70 feet. Combined light output is over 2,000 lumen, and color temperature is above 52,000 K, making for a white to bluish light. Power consumption is 25 watts. And of course, the unit is weatherproof, so it can be used outdoors or it can be utilized indoors. In a normal installation, you'd have a round junction box. You'd take the cover off or the old fixture off, and then you would attach this bracket, making sure that the word front is facing you. And you would use one of these fasteners to secure this bracket to the junction box, or use the existing fasteners that were in the junction box. Now you take the wires that are coming out of the junction box, and normally you'd have 3, a white, a black, and a green. The black being power, the white being the neutral, and the green being the ground. You would bring that through the back of this panel. Out here, the ground goes to the green terminal, and then you'd strip off about a 1/2 inch of insulation from the black and insert it into the top of here, down until it stops. And then you'd use your miniature screwdriver that's included with the kit and tighten that wire down. And you do the same thing for the white, which is the neutral, on this side. Then you'd place that over your bracket, right? There's the bracket. You'd place it over it, you align that center hole, then you'd use this long screw that's also included and attach this mounting plate to the bracket. At which point, now you can take your light fixture and you see these two holes up here. These line up with these two pins, which enable you to make this connection. There's a screw fastener at the front end. I believe you can see that there. Anyway, it protrudes out of the back and that catches here. So the light fixture is secured to this base, which is secured to the bracket, which is secured to the junction box. And that would be your normal installation, and it seems like a fairly quick installation. In my case, it's going to be a little bit different. The former portable unit was actually on that bracket there. So what I'm looking to do is place this unit, which is meant to be hardwired, in that location. Now, the proper way of doing it is actually to run wire down behind the wall, punch out, put in a junction box, and make that connection. I'm going to go portable style, which means I'm taking power from that receptacle, bringing it across the garage and down to this location. I will then come to this mounting plate and I'm going to notch out a hole here so that the cable can drop through to the backside and I can do my wiring. And then I just attach this. Then I attach the fixture to this point here without the need for using this or needing a junction box. I'm not telling you that this is the proper code way of doing it. This is the way that I'm hacking it so that I can use it in my garage. To cut out this area, I'm going to use a multi-tool. I could also probably come in with a Dremel rotary tool or some other cutting tool to notch this out. After making my cut, I test to make sure that it will fit flush to the wall with the cable. And since this back plate has to align with the fixture, that also means that I'm going to have to make a cut here as this fits flush with the unit. After cutting the slot in the fixture, I come over and I test, and satisfied that it's going to be a great fit, I'm ready to assemble. To create the two slots, I used a multi-tool. Regardless of brand, I find that these are just indispensable. They seem to have 1,001 uses for all sorts of projects. If you're interested in learning more about this particular one, check the link in the upper right-hand corner. To attach the base, I'm going to be using the old existing hole, which happens to be on a stud. I won't be able to use the fastener that was designed for here. Instead, I'll use the wood fastener from the prior light fixture. Then all I have to do is get my cable, which I've already cut to length, fish it through the big opening, make sure that it drops in on the slot that we've cut, and so it'll be flush with the wall. This aligns with the stud. Then I'll strip this insulation, make my connections here, and if I need to, I could always drill another hole down here since it goes into a stud, thereby eliminating the chance that this might rotate on this one point. Coming down our power cord to the base, we've made our ground connection, we've made our white neutral connection, our black power connection, and yes, I did add one more fastener into the stud so that there wouldn't be any rotation. And before putting that screw in, I actually put a level across here so that this unit is perfectly level, so that when you put the light fixture on, it won't be off to one side or the other. By the way, if you don't want to use the little miniature screwdriver to make your two connections here, you can go with a 1/8 slotted screwdriver. If we've done everything correctly, we should be able just to catch one of these pins and it should slot in. You notice that the cable fits in snug, and now all we have to do is there's a screw right there. You tighten down that screw, and then all we have to do is add power. With the light in the test mode, we come over to our power source, we plug in the cord, and we have success. The light comes on. It actually, to the eye, appears very white. I don't see any blue cast coming off of it. So now all I have to do is just adjust those lights either up, down, left, or right until we're happy. The reason for having a motion sensor security light in the garage is quite simple. It lights the way when you enter the garage. Having installed multiple motion security lights before, I find this installation to be the easiest. You actually use the back plate to mount to your junction box, which makes it easier because you're not dealing with the weight of the light as you're trying to make the installation. And then you simply use one screw to attach the fixture to the plate. And you can adjust the lights up, down, left, right. Same with the motion sensor without any adjustment tools. They just ratchet, which is a very nice feature. Of course, the unit is waterproof. And the kit has enough fasteners that it should work for most applications. And of course, it comes with this cute little screwdriver. The unit does come with an exceptionally long 5-year warranty, but you'll have to show proof of purchase in order to use it. Things I don't like about this unit is the fact that they give you a black little stopper to put into that little hole there where the screw is, and the unit is white. That's my only con for this unit. If you found this video useful, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, join the subscription team, and as always, thank you ever so much for watching.